Let's see how my memory is. So we started DDAL05-12, part 1, and you guys are back in Parnest, and you had run into at the tavern there. Anybody remember the name of the tavern? Anybody? The Golden Tankard.
Golden Tankard.
That's right. Who owns the Golden Tankard? You guys have been seeing this guy for a while.
Ragnar.
That's right.
That's all right. There you go. Ragnar Redtooth. Well, you noticed that he had a bunch of stuff that was being stored in his humble abode there. A bunch of supplies for the town. There's been some stuff starting to show up missing. There's been some wagons that have been broken that's been being fixed. And, of course, Ragnar and over there at the stables, Gundel and Cartwright, they're always arguing back and forth. You know, they don't trust each other, basically. Gundelin saying Ragnar's breaking the wagons, vice versa. And now there's a problem with all these refugees that are showing up here in Parnas now, because in the outlying farmsteads around the area, there has been a new orcish presence. So they've been, whatever farmstead has been ransacked, they haven't been killed, nothing's really been stolen. It's just that all the farm hands and everyone else has been taken prisoner and taken off and put into slavery. So that's got all of the farmers pretty much scared crapless, and they're all starting to hang out here in Parnest. So there's another couple things. First thing, there was some horses that were poisoned at the stables. And you found out that over at the herbalist store, where we have good old Silas running his shop for his dead wife, I guess he's still thinking that she's going to show up again one day. That's how it seems like to me anyways. He can't let go of it, I guess. But anyways, he showed you guys that someone had been in his gardens that day. And plus he's given you guys full access to it and all that other stuff. So you're able to ascertain that there was a poison that basically almost killed the horses, killed one, but poisoned and really messed up the other two. So, of course, you know, everybody, Gundelin and Ragnar, they're still blaming it on one another. Now, you know that the son and daughter of Gundelin and Ragnar, they're seeing one another. So you have Elspeth, that's Ragnar's daughter, and then you have Wallace, which you guys actually went on a big hunting trip, and he thinks he's some big game hunter now, even though he ran away and you know, Malachi saved his life, basically. He thinks he's some big game hunter. But anyway, his name is Wallace. That's Gundelin's son, and he's dating Elspeth, which is Ragnar's daughter. Well, anyway, Wallace is missing. Like Gundelin. They're working on wagons, and he says, where's my damn son when I need him? All this other stuff. He's probably off in the woods playing grab ass with Redtooth's daughter, etc., etc., etc. Nighttime came. Well, during the day, you met a ranger, a trapper, a scout of Ragnar Redtooth. His name was Tove. And a couple of you guys didn't join. You guys didn't trust Tove. He just seemed a little seedy. I think it was to Sarpy. It was to you that he seemed a little seedy.
Yeah.
So the sun went down, and that's pretty much, it's the next day. Or in the morning, you guys have been training all of the new militia because they're getting ready for some big, huge orc invasion. Ragnar thinks it's going to happen. Gundelin really couldn't give it. He doesn't think it's going to happen. But that's where you guys are at. Next morning, you went over to the Golden Tankard. And that's where we'll start. Whew, that was a recap. That was a short abbreviated one. Thanks,
well done,
Chief.
Dave. Give yourself inspiration for that.
I think
That's
I
what
will.
I was thinking you should give yourself an inspiration for that.
Okay, thanks. I will have 6 DM inspirations. I killed one last night. Let's see if we can get another one going today.
Sounds like a challenge.
All right, adventurers. Let's get going here. Part 2. We're continuing on with part 2. Or maybe not? Question mark.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You guys are at the Golden Tankard next morning.
Has anyone felt ill, or has any more of those supplies of Ragnar's gone missing since the scout took off?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Wallace. All right.
Ragnar's actually out for the morning. Elspeth is there. You can see Elspeth. She's kind of running around the tavern and whatnot. Of course, breakfast is being served, and a bunch of the sausages were left over, so sausage is on the menu for this morning.
Shem will take an extra
You know what's
plate.
better than fresh sausage? Day old sausage.
They're
I
good,
order an
though,
extra
man.
plate for Shem.
They were all cooked for Shem anyway. They thought that he was gonna just murder the buffet bar last night. So Elspeth says, "So, what are you guys doing today? Have you seen my dad? Have you seen my father?"
He's always
No.
here.
Haven't seen him today.
Did he have any plans?
I guess he's probably out. He may be going to get some supplies or something from another farm. I don't know. Maybe pulling another family in here. I just don't know. Just kind of a little short on help today, and I really could use my dad's help.
You have any idea where he might have went?
I have no clue. I've been here the whole time. I opened up the place this morning, and he hasn't been here all day. He's probably out just on another farm, helping one of the families that's staying here in Parnas for the time being.
Well, there was some foul play with the horses. I kind of feel like we should check his sleeping area to make sure there's not been any foul play with him.
Who do you think would do that? It wouldn't be Mr. Cartwright, would it? It wouldn't be Wallace's dad. I mean, we're such in love, and if only our two fathers could
calm
just
down,
get along.
Calm down. It's okay.
Why
Probably
you like
not.
that, boy?
I am
can't
fucking
fight for
calm.
shit.
If I wasn't calm, you would fucking know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I had to do that.
I don't think he did. And even if something happened, I wouldn't blame him first. But I just want to be on the safe side. Chuck, can you
that's
show us
good.
to his room?
Sure. There's a small little hall that she takes you to, and she opens up the door and she says, "This is where my dad stays." My ass is still chat from Kentucky Fried Chicken earlier, so.
Does anything seem
Fucking
amiss
Kentucky
with
Fried Chicken.
his room?
Nothing looks. She even says nothing really looks out of place. I just don't know where he's at. I hope he gets here soon, because I was supposed to meet Wallace later this afternoon for lunch or something. And I haven't even heard from him. Usually he stops by and at least gives me a good morning hug and a good morning kiss.
You do a lot better with that boy dead.
Oh, I resent that. He's a good man. He's a big hunter now.
You can't hunt worth shit. You know it.
Well, just don't tell him that, though.
I'll give the room
When
a
was
quick.
the last time you seen Wallace?
Seen him last night. I think he's over there working. He's supposed to be working with his dad today. Something about these wagons
carts,
that,
huh?
yeah, fixing his carts that his dad and my dad keep arguing about. I just think it's bad luck, but my dad blames him, and Gundelin blames my dad, and if they could only just get along. Why can't we all just get along?
Why indeed? I'm going to use that perception check to give the room a quick once over, just to make sure nothing looks fishy.
Sure. Yeah, you can give me a investigation check. If you're kind of eyeballing it. I'm going perception more on like senses, like sudden movements and stuff like that. Oh yeah, everything looks. You're like, all right, that's cool. That's cool, Elspeth. Everything looks good. Nothing seems to be roughed up, or nothing seems like anything was moved out of place or anything. Plus, she says that as well.
Yeah. Well, it just seems odd that he's not here. I mean, doesn't it seem odd to you? I ask her. Does it seem like something?
Yeah, from time to time he does, but usually he'll say something, but sometimes he doesn't. So he's a grown boy. He can do whatever he wants.
I'd like to ask Elspeth about, is she familiar with her father's scout friend, Trove?
He's worked for my father for a couple of years now. He gives me these weird looks, but it's like he's like looking at me, and she's pretty cute. Elspeth is pretty cute, but she thinks he's just like, I think he's just trying to undress me. And then when I look at him, he looks away really quick. I don't know what to think, but I am only saved for Wallace Cartwright.
There was some fishy stuff about him, didn't we find out last time? He had somebody saw him maybe potentially poisoning the horses.
Yeah, somebody saw someone in the barn kind of fooling around over there where all of the hay was and stuff. Yeah, kind of fit. Yeah, kind of fit his description a little bit. Maybe couldn't be 100% certain, but yeah, it was a little kid. Remember the little kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I saw him.
Chin smacked around.
Yeah. And then his mom said, "Some heroes you guys are." Threw her nose up and walked away. The disappointment of Parnast, I think, is what she called you guys. The letdown of Parnast or something, yeah.
Well, maybe we should go put our just kind of check in on Cartwright just to make sure nothing's going on over there this morning.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a reasonable plan to me.
You see Wallace, you tell him that we're supposed to be meeting later this afternoon for our lunch rendezvous.
Yeah, we'll be sure to let him know.
Brother had to stop in and tell me the news on the Miami Dolphins. Oh boy, NFL garbage. National Flag Football League.
I'm in Atlanta. Like we.
Wow, 21-0. 21-0. Fucking A, man. Or was it 24-0?
I think it was 21, but it could have been 24. I turned it off.
Fucking Tom Brady, man. He's the best of all time in my book. And I can't stand the Patriots, but he's the man.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. They're still getting over that around here.
I'm just pissed off he's not on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland's had like 30 quarterbacks, and New England's had one.
Cleveland's had like 30 quarterbacks in the last 3 years.
Since they've been back in the league. Since 99, they've had like 35 quarterbacks or some shit like that. Brady, he's good though. But I'm not no Patriots bandwagon fan like most of the Patriots fans out there. And I'm not trying to, call anyone out in particular, but seems like every year they do good, there's more and more Patriots fans. Well, it is red, white, and blue, so anyways. How I digress.
Really checking out that cart maker? Is that what you guys wanted to do?
Gundon?
Cartwright, yeah. Just go check him out. I mean,
Gunga?
him and
Gunga.
Ragnar have bad blood, so
Yeah, they do.
Oh, no, he's talking about the Cartwright guy. Okay.
They don't trust one another. Why can't we all just get along? Rob says, check my Twitter at Rob2E. I've tweeted F the New England Patriots
Rob's
every single day.
He's got like 200 days going.
Does he really? Every day he does F?
150 some or 100. I forget how much. He's in the hundreds though.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. He must be a Giants fan, or he must be like an Eagles fan, because Eagles fans are pretty ridiculous too.
Pretty bitter.
Yeah.
That Eagles quarterback is from my town.
Oh, is he?
Mr. Wentz. Yeah.
Oh, Carson Wentz. Yeah. He's a Seahawks fan. There's another bandwagon team as of the last couple of years, right? But I bet Rob, he hasn't. Rob's probably not a bandwagon guy. I wouldn't picture Rob as a bandwagon guy. Rob's pretty much straight to the point. Abser's a Pats fan, I think. Yeah, since Bledsoe. My favorite team is anybody playing the Patriots. That's my favorite team.
Whoever they're
yeah. And then the Patriots and then the Browns are a close second now. All right, so you guys head over to Cartwright's. And you see him out there. He's working on a cart. Banging an axle in place. Trying to hold the damn wheel up. No, you don't see Wallace. No, you don't see Wallace at all. And he's trying to hold the damn wheel up in place by himself and trying to hammer it on and clamp it onto the axle, and he's getting all mad, and you can hear the rock'em, rock'em, frickum, rock'em, rock'em.
I'll address him as we walk up and say, "Hey there, Cartwright, where's your son?"
So you scare him, and he hits his head on the interior, the wheel well, and he is, "Ow! God blimey! Hey, how's it going, you guys? Have you seen my son lately? He never came home last night for dinner."
No, we haven't. Have you seen Ragnar lately?
Ragnar? I saw him going to the east. I even brought my son home some. They had a big run on sausages over there at the Golden Tankard last night, and he loves sausages. So I brought him home a couple, and he never even came home.
That's odd, isn't it?
Well, he's probably out playing grab ass with that damn Elspeth. Yeah, he's probably out there right now in the woods with her.
Well, she's over at the Tankard. She says she hasn't saw him either. He's supposed to stop by and give her a smooch on the kiss or a smooch on the cheek or something. I don't know.
Well, that's not like my son. So he.
You remember being a young boy.
Oh well, I was chasing tail too.
Sounds like we've got a few missing people in the town here.
I was chasing those big old bearded clams. Of course I was chasing. Oh, God. Arlo's saying, what the hell did I get myself into, man? No, he hasn't been home at all.
When's the last time you did see him?
I saw him yesterday, right before the horses were poisoned. That was the last time I seen my boy. Now I'm actually kind of getting a little worried here. If he's not out playing grab ass with Elspeth, he didn't come home last night. I don't know where the hell he'd be. But I did see, I saw Ragnar. He was heading off to the east. I think he was going to go help one of the families here staying at the stables.
Help him do what?
I don't know. I think move some stuff. I think they were going to move some stuff.
Maybe we should head that way and see if we can find him.
Maybe you can pick up a trail there, Sharpie.
Maybe. Has anybody got any other ideas? That's the only idea I have.
You know, there's some people missing. Ragnar's one of them, and he may have the answers. Maybe we'll run into his scout along the way.
Yeah, let's go
Maybe.
check out the stables.
Let me, as you guys are checking out the stables, let me run home really quick and let me see if he's home, and then I'll let you know. All right? I'll be right back. And he kind of takes this mechanical lift and keeps the wagon propped up, and he heads over to his house. So you guys have a couple of minutes to kind of check out the stables and whatnot.
Hey, Sarpy, you're pretty good at looking at the ground and stuff. You want to take a look here?
Yeah, I'll look around and see, kind of check it out, see if I see anything unusual.
Give me an investigation check.
I'll cast guidance on Sarpy.
I'll check it out too.
Are there a bunch of refugees in there still?
There's probably I'd say about 8 to 10 families, probably.
Yeah. While they're doing that, I'm gonna walk around and see if anyone else has seen Ragnar. See if he's.
Okay.
See if
Yeah.
they know him. See if they.
A couple of the families, yeah, they do. Shemgra, they can confirm that he was going out to help one of the other families move some supplies back into town that they had on their farmstead. And as you're talking to the families, everybody else is kind of looking around. Arlo, what are you doing? You've been pretty quiet. Is there anything that you've been wanting to do, Arlo? Eat some sausages for breakfast or anything like that? Arlo's pretty quiet. We'll come back to Arlo. We'll get back to Arlo. So, Shem, as you're having a conversation with a couple of the families, everybody else is kind of mingling around inside of the stables. Gundolin, he comes in and he's holding up this piece of paper, and he says, I found this in my son's room. And he hands it to all of you. And it says, W, I have a surprise for you. I think you'll really like it. Meet me in the usual place after noon.
That's interesting because she's at the inn.
She said they were supposed to meet for lunch.
It's true. That's true. She did. So, who knows where the usual place is?
Elspeth might know.
I have no
You should
clue
go ask
where
her.
they play grab ass
Good
at.
idea. Yeah.
I don't go out and bushwhack and watch them or anything, but I don't know where they go play grab ass. I have no clue. All right, so who's going back to the Golden Tankard?
I'll go.
As I see him come back, I'll rejoin the group and ask what did you find him? Is he home? Maybe just taking a nap?
No, he's not home. Unless he just came home and didn't tell me that he was supposed to be here working. He's usually always here. So I would happen to think that something could possibly be wrong. I don't know if he's in any kind of trouble or what. I don't know. But usually Wallace is here every day.
He does have superior huntsman skills, so I wouldn't be.
No, don't blow that smoke up my ass, Barry.
Yeah,
We both
I'll
know
disagree with
that.
as soon as you say it.
We both know that he should stay here as a woodworker and learning the
Chop his own leg
stables.
off, trying to shoot an arrow.
That or kill someone else. I mean, just like sort of like old Bessie died, and he kind of looks over at Sarpy.
I kind of look away. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Still waiting on that cow, by the way, as he coughs.
I can can recommend some herbal throat lozenges for you if you have any problems there.
Thanks for the follows,
I
everybody.
think we should
Appreciate
go
it.
talk to Elspeth and see what she has to say about this note.
Yeah, let's find out where the usual place is and go check it out. I think that's our best bet.
Sounds good.
I'll make a comment how no one ever uses first names in notes these days.
People still write notes? I thought it was just all email now. Ask the post office how that worked out for them. Losing $5 billion a year. Yeah, way to go, post office. You guys get back over to the Golden Tankard. I keep digressing. Sorry about that. And you find Elspeth again. And she looks at this note and she says, "This is not my handwriting. This is not my handwriting at all." It kind of looks like it. She says, it kind of looks like it. I will give it that, but this is not my writing."
Well, regardless, where's the usual spot then?
Yeah, where's the spot?
Yeah, where do you normally meet at?
There's a small cove that's just out, and it's kind of hard to explain, but that's actually where we meet.
Well, can you tell us how to get there? Because I got a feeling he's there.
Sure. Let me see if I can find one of my father's map. So, she basically describes it as a copse of trees, and it's to the east of town. And it's probably about a half mile's walk away from here. She said you can still see the smokestack, the chimneys putting smoke up into the air from Parnast. But she gets one of her father's maps, and it's a pretty detailed map of the area with all of the farmsteads and whatnot. And she says, this is where we usually meet.
I'd like to ask her, does she recognize the handwriting on the note?
I do not. I do not know whose this is. All I know is that it kind of looks like mine, but this is not my writing at all.
So what I think we should do is head to this spot, but I think we should come at it kind of at an angle so we can kind of sneak up on it.
I'm changing up this entire Adventures League adventure. I'm changing it up totally.
Maybe you and Varian should sneak up and see what's going on in the area before the rest of us come clanking in.
Yeah.
You guys want to hang back a little ways?
This is the unofficial version.
Yeah, what time of day is it right now?
It's probably about noon by this point.
So
it's about
we
midday.
Got any time to lose, really.
If we better hurry.
Yeah, something could be going down. So let's do that. We'll sneak up and scout it out. You guys stay back, but within not too far back, so that we can get your help if we need it. Sound like a plan?
All right, that sounds good.
All right.
Be
So
sneaky, Sarpy.
whoever's doing the scouting. Oh, looks like Arlo has disconnected. I'll change my name to have an A there. All right. Who's doing the scouting? Is it going to be... I'm thinking probably Sarpy, right?
Well, my stealth is actually not... I mean, it's okay.
Well, I mean, it would be like a tracking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
I threw guidance up on you.
All right, so you want a nature
survival
check? Survival check?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I believe survival has everything to do with tracking. Yep, survival is tracking.
All right, there you go.
Okay. You find the general area. You can still see off into the distance behind you to the west. You can see Parnast and its small plumes of smoke coming up into the air. And yes, you do find the area to where the rendezvous point for Elspeth and Wallace is. And it's kind of the grass has been worn down, so they've been meeting out here for quite a while. You know, you can see things carved into the tree, like I Heart Elspeth and I Heart Wallace and all this other stuff. You know what young lovebirds would do. Mhm.
Young puppy love.
All of you guys are married. You know what that used to be like, right?
Vaguely remember.
So why don't you guys give me an investigation check
Okay.
as you start to roll into the area. Remember, Ragnar was coming this way too.
Yeah, I think I'm suspecting that Ragnar's trying to set up a meeting between him, a one-on-one meeting between him and Wallace.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. To what end, though, I don't know.
Laying the smack down upon him, maybe.
Nice assumption.
Maybe.
Sarpy, something catches your eye as you see something hanging from a branch. And no, it's not a body. It seems like you see a small sack that's kind of swinging in the light breeze, because it is a beautiful day out. The birds are chirping and all that other stuff. So
I will pull back one of my sleeves and stretch up my arm and kind of let Bitey slither up the tree and grab whatever it is.
Oh, Bitey! I was waiting for you to use Bitey again.
He just sits coiled on my arm most of the time. He's pretty lazy, actually.
Oh, Bitey!
But I'll have him go up and retrieve it and bring it back to me.
Okay. He slithers up the tree and kind of unwinds the, I guess you could say, the knot that's in the rope, and it falls to the ground, and he kind of pulls it over to you as best as he can.
I stand and watch and do nothing to help him.
You're so mean, especially to that young kid last time, man. You badgered that kid.
It's tough loves, Bitey.
So the
Just
sack.
looking at Bitey, Sarpy. Like, really, dude?
Takes him like 5 minutes to get it back over. Tapping my foot.
The snake is panting, dude. And snakes never pant. He's licking the air just constantly. So
When he finally brings it back, I extend my arm and say, "Good job, Bitey." And let
smack
pull it
him
back on
too,
there.
like you did the kid last week. Come on.
No. I'm not gonna smack Bitey. He might bite me.
Right.
I'll let him coil back on my arm though.
All right. So inside of the bag, you're kind of rifling through it and whatnot. I love that word, rifle, and searching. So you see that there's a dagger, and there's a couple more of these crumpled up love letters that are written between Wallace and Elspeth. There's a couple of writing utensils. There's some ink. And why don't you give me a... Is there anything that you're going to try to do with this stuff there, Sarpy, as you're kind of looking at it?
Well, I definitely want to read the notes.
Sure. As I just slug my microphone. Why don't you give me an investigation check as you're kind of giving this the once-over? And anybody else, if you're assisting, you can also roll an investigation check also.
This doesn't seem to be a scene in progress here. I'm going to kind of signal the rest of the crew to come on over. It seems to be safe.
Did you guys hear that wolf?
I'm just going to keep an eye on the surroundings, and if I'm able to spot any footprints or anything, I'll alert the group.
Okay.
You see that note from Arlo in chat, Dave?
So Shem. Yep, I sure did. Hey, welcome back, Arlo.
Hey, that's better.
So yeah, you're keeping an eye on everything, Shem, and everybody else. You guys are kind of looking at the note, and the one thing, Barian, you do see some. You actually see some. Well, actually, you don't see some. You see a lot of inconsistencies between the crumpled up notes between Elspeth and Wallace and the note that you guys actually found from Gundolin that was left in his room.
So we can tell that it's obviously not the same handwriting
Yeah.
from a third party.
That's what you're able to ascertain pretty much, Marion, yeah.
So these notes don't match the handwriting on these notes that we found here. Don't match the notes that was given to us by the cartwright.
Yeah, and also on the dagger as well, it has Wallace's the stable insignia on the hilt of the dagger. So, and there's no sight of Wallace. There doesn't seem to be any sight of him at all.
Are there any recent tracks here?
Sure, if you want to give me a survival check to see if there's any kind of tracks.
Can I get guidance, please?
Yep.
There's several different tracks here that you can see that's kind of been in the area. Different size tracks, but you don't see any distinctive. Seems like they're all kind of around the tree and whatnot, but nothing that kind of trails off in any particular direction.
I gotta say, I love the dice tower. Might be my favorite part of Fantasy Grounds, because if I roll a 20 in real life and get that result, I'm like, oh, nothing there. And if I roll a 1, then I'm like, oh, maybe there's something there. I didn't see it. But with the dice tower, it's like, you don't know.
Yeah. You know, and out of character here, I don't, if you guys have been watching the stream for a while, I don't fudge the die. Wherever they fall, that's where they fall. And, I do like that. Yeah, and that's the way the reason why I like the dice tower is because of particularly rogues. How when a rogue will go up to a door, and then when everybody sees him roll a 2, everybody runs like cockroaches because they know the door's going to explode.
Yep.
So when you have the dice tower, everybody's, they're still scattering, but not as much. So it keeps everybody on the edge of their seat, pretty much. That's why I like the dice tower.
This rogue ain't scared.
No, it's not like you got a plus 25 either, just about.
Anyway, I'll tell everybody. I said there's a bunch of tracks here, but nothing I can make out that tells me anything. So I don't know.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, man.
It's still like high noon time-ish time frame.
No, it's probably late afternoon now. It's probably about 2 p.m. by now, equivalent to about 2 p.m.
So, do we think that the meeting time has already passed, or it could still be coming?
I think it's already passed.
It's kind of what I'm thinking as well.
Well, we could stake out the place, find a place to hide, and wait and see what happens. See if someone comes back here.
Yeah, we could, but if something's happened to them and they've been drug off, then we'll just be sitting here.
Did you see any drag marks, RP, or did you just see footprints?
He didn't see shit, believe me. I gave that roll away.
I'll say I didn't see anything that told me anything, and
that was a hint to them as well.
I'm
to
usually
maybe
pretty
do
good at
a survival
checking stuff
roll
like that. So I feel like I did a pretty good job. But I don't know. It's a tough call. We could wait, or we could press on, or we could go back to town and see if anybody made it back to town.
You could split the party if you wanted to as well. Maybe leave half here and go back to Parnas. That's up to you.
Seems like I've heard somewhere not to do that.
Everywhere. I think everywhere you've heard that.
It is totally up to you, adventurers. I will play off of what you guys want to do.
Well,
What's the play here, guys?
My gut tells me to push on east and see maybe just a little bit further and see if we can find anything a little further out.
What's up, Bill Nye? Good to see you, man.
Maybe see if you can pick up a trail again.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say push on rather than go back at this point.
Has anybody got any issues with that?
We could be going right into the last
I'll go
part
with it.
now.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we push on to the east
I like
at
that.
a steady pace. Just maybe walk for another half an hour or so, and then check again and see if I can pick up a trail a little farther out.
Sure thing. You guys start heading out into the deeper part of the wilderness. Why don't you give me another survival check? And in fact, you have an inspiration too if you want to use it, by the way. If you ever want to use it, you can just re-roll anytime you want to.
Yeah.
You don't see any tracks right now for about the first, I'd say how long are you wanting to head out? I mean, how much further are you wanting to go out? So, because you're probably going to have about another couple hours to get back to Parnas before dark.
I'd say
So you have to
go-
take that into consideration as
Yeah.
well.
We go no farther than what it's going to take to make sure that we're back in town by dusk.
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
I'd make my first real attempt maybe half an hour out, so maybe about a mile and a half at most.
Okay, yeah, your first attempt, you don't see anything. Now give me another survival check as you're at about the 4 p.m. mark.
Okay, I got guidance again, I see, and I'm going to go ahead and use an inspiration to get advantage on the roll.
Okay. Wow. Nice roll there, Sarpy, and especially with the help of Shemgra as well. Both of you guys are able to find quite a few tracks. And I'm talking there's about a half dozen tracks at the minimum. And there are small, medium, and large tracks all kind of mumbled together. And they're heading east still.
Well, are these footprints? Are these claws or pads?
They are boots. Humanoids. Definitely a small, a medium, and a large. Now the large is not a boot, Shem. Shem, you can give me a survival check with advantage. And you can give me a survival check as well, Sarpy, just normal. Yeah, you're having a bad day there, Sarpy. However, Shemgra, you can ascertain you had too many sausages.
No such thing.
You really got to go for fried chicken. I hear it's excellent.
It is, especially from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I've heard Parnas fried chicken is great.
Yeah, especially when you bring them a fucking list of what you want, and then they fuck everything up on the list. I mean, seriously.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Top notch, man. She's never got an order wrong.
She's awesome, man, and she's pretty cute too.
Dave, you're never going to be sponsored by KFC after this.
Fuck KFC. I'd rather be sponsored by the Taco Shack or something like that, or Church's Chicken or something like that. Fuck, man. Seriously, here's the list that I had. 4 things on the list. And all 4 things were fucking wrong. Come on! I said double mashed potatoes, not mashed potatoes and collard greens. Come on! Even though I like collard greens, I'd rather have mashed
collard
potatoes.
greens.
I love them. Oh, yeah. We digress. Shemgra, you can tell that these large footprints are probably something of like an ogre or an etin size.
We sink a little bit further down than the others. Definitely bigger. Guys,
Most
I don't think we want
definitely.
to get caught out in the dark with these things around. I say we head back. Do the
You see a
footprints seem to be
distinctive
going
trail.
in a particular direction.
Yeah, they were not even trying to conceal themselves. And off into the distance, you can see a plume of smoke coming up over a trove of trees. And it's probably about 4 p.m. by this point.
Not
Head-
towards town, right? Away from town.
Yeah, probably within another, not even a mile's walk. But you can see through the grassy knoll, all of the grass is just knocked down, and you can just see this path, distinctive path, going through the grasslands.
I'll say heading back might be the safe course, but we're not safety people. We're adventurers.
You guys are murder hobos.
Yes.
Well, there's been talk of some trouble outside town, and I don't need any more these human refugees giving me shit back in town, eating all my sausage. So I say
You ain't eating shit though.
you handle these threats and
Get them out of town.
make sure these goddamn humans get back to their farms and hoe their fields and make sure
Let's
shit's taken care of before they're
Let's push on and see what's causing this problem here.